Hey guys, Andy here from Mediocre Hobbies, and I'm here today to bring you another paint showcase. Turbo Dork recently reached out to me and very kindly sent me their entire range of paints. These are quite a unique range of paints in that they have things like pearl and lots of different types of colored metallics. It's not really like any other range of paint that I've ever experienced. And as such, it's going to take a long time for me to get to grips with how they work, the best uses for them, and how I can integrate them into a bunch of different projects. But I still wanted to show you guys what these paints can do. So today I decided to focus on two of the colors that they have, a really bright, nice red and the pearl paint itself, and apply these to a Wraithguard miniature, or should I say a Wraithblade miniature, and complement it with some normal painting techniques for some of the details. And I think the results are quite spectacular. It's quite an interesting thing. I definitely want to take the other 4 miniatures out of this set, paint them up to the same standard, and add them into my old army as just a kind of bizarre extra color schemed squad. So I hope you do enjoy this video. I hope you learn a little bit something about Turbo Dork paints. Like I said, I'm still learning along with them. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But before I do jump into the video, I just want to take this opportunity to thank all of my Patreons and anyone who supports me here on YouTube or on any other platform. Your contributions mean the world to me, and they allow me to make all of these videos for you guys. So thank you guys so much for that. If any of you guys are interested in learning how you can get involved with all of that, there's links to everything below. Thank you guys so much, and let's get into the video. Okay, so here's a small selection of the Turbo Dork paints that I wanted to try in this video. I actually only ended up using the red rum and the beautiful pearl color. As you can see, they have very strict instructions on the side of the bottle, shake well, but they also give you what it should be applied over. So the red is told to apply over a black undercoat, so I have that part sprayed black. And as you can see, the pearly gates, it recommends it must be applied over a white undercoat. So of course I've got the helmet painted in or sprayed in a nice bright tone to start off with. So I think to achieve the best results with the Turbo Dork paints, an airbrush is something that definitely helps. You can indeed use them with a brush. It's just a much longer process. The Turbo Dork paints are super thin, super translucent. That is the strength of them, because you get to build up multiple layers and build up strength. Like if you wanted to, you could put this over a gold or a silver and the red will shine through and give you like a candy gloss red color or something like that. But because they are so thin, you do need, and it does say in the bottle, 3 or 4 coats to build up a strong tone. Like when I started applying this red over black, I was like, this is so thin. I mean, am I ever going to get to a color that I'm happy with? But then of course, because I'm using the airbrush, I can quickly go over this miniature 2, 3, 4 times to build up the tone to this. And before I knew it, I had this really bright, vibrant, metallic-y red color, and I was in love already. I couldn't wait to see what this miniature turned out like at the end. Like I said, I use it on my Twitch stream with a brush, and as people who are on my stream can attest, it does indeed work with brush. You just have to take your time with it. Here is the white helmet, and this is what I use the pearly gates on. This was one that I found really difficult to film because like airbrushing the pearly gates, it's almost like it's not even a color. It's just it's like pearlescent flecks of paint. And as I apply it back and forth and start building up those tones, it wasn't making much of a difference until it started to dry, or until I had kind of enough coats on it. There's a beautiful clip later on where I'm about to start painting the underneath of that helmet piece black, and it really shows through the pearl then, so I can't wait to show you that, guys, in a bit. So after those 2 coats were applied, it was basically just time to work around those 2 beautiful colors. I'm not going to touch the red again, and I'm not going to touch the pearl again. They're done. So grab any gold paint you want, apply it to the hilt and the crest detail in the center of the miniature. And like I say at the end of this video, I can already see so many uses for this paint. Like I'm already excited by the idea of doing like dark Eldar, like Raiders and Venoms, the hulls in one of these dark metallic sea greens or blues. I think it would look absolutely stellar. I then grabbed a black paint and I just filled in any of the other bits on the armor, so the big vent across his back and anywhere the 2 armor joints connected, those kind of soft seal parts. We've all seen them on Space Marines and the like. This helped to break up all of the red a little bit and just make the whole painting thing look a little bit sharper. This is one thing where I did not want to hit any of the red with the black because it would be very difficult to go back in and kind of repair any missed steps. Here's the pearl helmet I was talking about. As you can see, after 3 or 4 coats of pearl, it is an absolutely stunning color. And like I said earlier, all I'm doing is throwing a bit of black paint on the underneath of the helmet just to frame the pearl and basically tidy up the scheme. An airbrush is a very, very useful tool, but it is an indiscriminate weapon. It goes slightly everywhere when you use it. Are there any projects out there that all you guys have been thinking would benefit really well from a kind of beautiful metallic color like Dark Elder or anything like that? If you have any projects that you've used Turbo Dork paints on, or any projects that you think would benefit from these kind of metallic paints, put in the comments below. I'd love to get some ideas from you guys as to other ways that I could use this paint in the future for any specific miniatures, armies, or techniques. I use normal silver paint for the blades. Nothing special. Like I said, I'm not here to show you guys how to paint a Wraithguard. I'm just trying to show you guys how the Turbo Dork paints react with each other. So there's me after gluing the pearl helmet on top, and look at the difference just applying that piece makes to the entire miniature. I shaded all of the parts down with Null Oil, all of the extra parts, the gold and silver and black. I didn't touch the red or the pearl. And then I also took the opportunity to base the miniature while that was drying. I then went in and threw a couple of highlights on the silver and the gold. Once again, nothing crazy, just a quick and easy step. I feel with using paints like Turbo Dork, you're going to be focusing on the bits that are painted using their paints, and your mind is just going to ignore all the rest. So obviously I hadn't forgotten his loincloth, so I painted that up red and did the little tassels to hold it on in gold. A touch of super glue in the little dip where the plug is supposed to go. Stick it in, and that will be the final part of this process. And with that, I have a finished Wraithguard miniature, painted in, I think, a really cool scheme. Like, as I started to get more and more towards the end of the scheme, I was in love with this. I thought it turned out absolutely fantastically. And perhaps the rest of my my Elder army might all get painted using the exact same scheme, because I think that will stand out on a battlefield an absolute mile, and it is super quick to do if you're using the airbrush method. Let me know what you guys think of these paints in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you have any projects where you use Turbo Dork paints and you think it turned out fantastic, please tag me on any social media posts that you have. I would love to see what you get up to. Okay guys, and there we have it. I think that Wraithguard, or once again Wraithblade miniature, is pretty cool. I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I would be super proud to have an army that had these kind of colors on the field. Just think about how you could apply these to like Dark Eldar vehicles, or Harlequins even. How amazing they would look. Necrons could be some crazy color schemes out there. So I'm very much looking forward to having a real deep dive with this range and getting to grips with it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button. If you have any questions about the Turbo Dork paints do you think that I may be able to answer, or any other questions you have, put it in the comments below and I will get back to each and every one of you guys. If for some crazy reason you are not already subscribed to my channel, it would mean the world to me if you take 2 seconds out of your day and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.